Today, on my all-new interview series, Grady Catalano has his own show and he stops by to talk about it. An all-new Primetime Unfiltered starts right now. Good evening and welcome to my Unfiltered interview series, and I'm joined to my left with Grady Catalano, who is set to host his own primetime show on RTO. We'll get to that in a second. But first, an important announcement about the change of this show. This is an incredibly hard announcement to make. Starting next week, we will make the transition to primetime. Now, what does that mean for the show? Well, the show is going to be pretty much the same. But there's one big change that some of you may not like. I don't like it myself to a certain degree. There will be no audience.
Boo!
We are downscaling. Now, here's the thing. We could, but then at that point, we might as well just be a late night show. And that's not what primetime is about, you know? Because what primetime show do you know actually has an audience, you know? I don't want to be the first, because that's not the genre of primetime. You know, one of the best primetime shows on the air, Piers Morgan Uncensored, they don't have an audience, and he's doing just fine. So we are going to be downscaling the size of the studio, because we don't need that many studios for primetime. So the main set, we'll probably do like a memorial picture before my team changes it for better or for worse. Things are going to look incredibly different in the next coming weeks. It's going to be a new change. I'm excited. It's going to be taped at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. CST, 9 EST. Wait, did I do that wrong? Anyway.
No, it was EST first.
Okay, yeah, flip it. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway.
Yep.
So you're gonna be seeing a lot more while our brand new set gets, and it's ironic, Grady, because this is the brand new set, but we have to get
Right.
another set because no more audience. Bye bye. Anyway, you'll see a lot more of this set. We have prime timeified it, and I guess rightfully so, because we're a primetime show now. Oh my gosh, this is fun. So please welcome Grady Catalano. Grady, you were in primetime before me because we made this announcement today. So I'm glad to be joining the primetime space.
I'm so glad that you have decided to I'm just very excited that you're, joining the primetime space. I felt very lonely. Because I know Parker, even though I'm going to be on the same network as Parker, I'm not going to be he does daytime and his show's over, which is really sad.
Hmm.
But I have to say that I'm so glad that I inspired you. It was me, wasn't it?
It was. Let me tell you guys why. We were rehearsing, and that's basically what we're going to call it, because none of that you'll be able to see. Uh, and our brains were just like, we're gone. And Grady and I were literally acting like President Biden. Well, you see, what happened was, well, I think, um, um, and then it hit me. It's like, I get up to do this show, y'all, at 7 in the morning. A whole hour before anybody gets here, I'm in the studio, making sure that everything is okay. I communicate with my out of town producers, um, to ensure that everything is good to go, so that way I don't look stupid on air. And Grady, Grady's show is at the sweet spot. Um, the cool thing about primetime, people, is you can record it whenever you want. We can record in the daytime, and you'll never know because it's not like you see the sky outside. You know, um, But my show, the problem was our show was set to be live. We're talking full on live by September. Of course, it's not live now, but that was the goal, is for it to be full on live, you know, We're talking, everything. Uh, and that was going to be a problem. Not because we couldn't do it, because my brain tends to do exactly what it's doing right now. Yeah, that. And it's not like I can just tell my team run it from the beginning or from the top on a live show. It's just I get embarrassed. Um, and so that was the thing that kind of inspired me. And then Grady, of course, I think he's like the only prime time host right now. So it's like we need some experienced people in the field. Of course, Grady's there, but like who's there with him? And if you do host a prime time show, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting about you. Wait, Parker has. I think that show was canceled though. Parker
Well,
Jackson tonight. I think.
right. So here's the thing. Parker's been had a very long legacy in here on RTL. I think he's leaving RTL because he got a better deal somewhere else. That's usually why he leaves. Because he gets better deals from other places. Which is completely understandable. That's how it is in the business.
It is, yeah.
But he started off by doing RTL News Tonight. The very last RTL News Tonight episode was with me because he didn't want to do it, and I was like, well, I want to try being the head anchor for the first time ever. It went pretty good. We did quite a lot of views on that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Most viewed.
and yeah, I think it's one of the most viewed episodes of RTL Tonight.
Yeah, it's you know, Grady's like not to brag, but my career is established and accomplished. No,
It's not
that's
bragging if you do it for me.
but
Um,
that's
but
you know, Parker will be back. Everybody I know, everybody's like upset, like, oh, it's the end of PGL. Trust me, he'll be back. Because every time, even when he left Toff Studios, I remember that show, and I used to watch it. And he made the announcement that they, wouldn't be continuing. I was like, he's gonna be back. And then lo and behold, we get an announcement. I think at the beginning of this year, question mark, for Parker Jackson Live. He'll be back. It's not like he's retiring anytime soon. Um,
right.
and so, it's interesting because let me tell y'all, when I told my team that we were making a new studio and this was upwards of March, uh, I wanted it to be a multi studio because every other host in the industry, Parker, you, absolutely JC, Digital Blocks, everybody had multi studios so you could record in more than one place. I went to Grady's set, y'all. Oh my gosh. Talk about incredible. The amount of TV screens he had on that set. Now, I can't talk because, hello, you're surrounded by like three screens right now. But like his TVs are on another level. Y'all, they move. They move. He can move them. Now, these TVs to the left and right of us, besides the one in the behind us, they can move, but we don't have a little remote for them. Grady's studio, I'm telling y'all, it's on another level. And you know, look, just compared to the daytime set, and what embarrassed me the most, and I talked to my team about it, is Grady came on the main studio because we didn't have this set, and he was like, "Yeah, it's a little messy. That's embarrassing."
I
When
didn't mean
another
to act like a brat.
when another host of the no, but like you've been doing this, I mean, this is my first show, so constructive criticism is what I need. He's like, it's a little messy. That was enough for me to say, listen, y'all need to do something with that set, because the set, y'all, AV Media Studios Plus gave us way too much space to work with, because they were the original ones that plotted out the entire set, and we didn't need all that space is the problem. And we contact them about it, and they're like, make it work, because we're not changing the size of that studio. But now we're forced to, because I'm making a switch to prime time. We don't need the audience stands anymore. We don't need the concert stage, so we're downsizing it. And so hopefully, Grady, in September, actually, the exciting thing is is I think because we're not preparing for a live show, my show's gonna premiere even earlier. Oh my god, I'm so
Ooh.
excited. So the reason, like, if you guys don't know, we'll talk about Grady's show in a second. I'm okay. We're getting there. I know y'all are like just twiddling your thumbs at home. Trust me, we're gonna get there. Listen, we got 45 minutes to work with, and I'm using every single minute of it. Okay. Um, Originally, when I had contacted Grady, I was like, "Yeah, this is a daytime show. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be you and Parker and Pokel. It's a live show, guys. It takes so many months to prepare for a live show. Not just that, but the fact that the TVs actually have to work. Now, these TVs that you see work, but there's no animations on them. You know, um, so that's what they were doing. Is a lot of it was TV tweaking, because Grady's. If you go to Grady's show, all of his TVs are animated. So you can see like the little gather around logo. It's kind of like moving. I don't want to spoil it, but you know. And then his big TV at the side, all of it moves. You know, like the animations on screen. Mine don't do that because we don't need it for this show. But you know, that's the stuff we were preparing for. And so it's like now that we don't have to prepare for a live show, it doesn't take as long. So I think probably, oh, plosive. I think about 2 weeks from now, 2, 3 weeks from now, depending on how long it takes them to build the main set, we could be up and running in prime time, and that's exciting to think about.
Very excited for that.
And so it's like Grady won't be lonely anymore, and
Yeah.
you know, finally, I'm sharing a space with someone who's been there, done that, and can give me guidance and tips along the way if I get stumble. The thing I'm most worried about is I told Grady before. I was like, why are you worried about getting canceled? You're Grady Catalano, you're uncancelable. you know Now I'm worried about getting canceled because prime time is a whole different. But here's my thing: if I was undoubtedly unfiltered in daytime, I can definitely do the same in prime time. It's gonna be way easier in prime time because it's like prime time is way more serious, and that's what, when he said that, that's what opened my eyes, because nobody really takes daytime serious. Daytime is not meant to be serious. It's meant to be a time where you can laugh and poke fun and all that. It's never something that's serious. There's not one daytime show that I look at on TV that I actually take serious at all. They could, Lord
I think
forbid,
like
they could literally be talking about 9/11 and I still would not take it serious because it's the aura of daytime television. Now, I'm not saying don't cancel me. Y'all don't come out the corners of the closets and, the dungeons that y'all live in and try and cancel me, because 9/11 is a very serious thing. It's just the
it is.
fact that it's daytime. Any daytime show I look at, I never take it seriously at all.
Right, you won't take it as serious.
Right. Like it's a serious thing, but you know, if 9/11, Lord forbid, happened again, I would not be tuning into a daytime show to get the news about it. I'd be tuning into ugh, NBC or something. So it's one of those things where it's just like, you know, it they don't take it as serious. And that's my thing, is I want to be taken serious. I want to be the host that, you know, they take stuff like that serious. Again, daytime is not that sector. It's really not. It's not a sector that people take seriously. And that was definitely something I thought about. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but like I actually, in the beginning of this show, when I announced in April that this show was going to be a thing, um, I originally wanted to be in prime time. So like have something like Stanford King Tonight, like a CNN show or something, like, or like Fox of all things. That was only going to be if I was desperate, you know. But I wanted to be prime time, and that's, it really is like I really did. But the studio that we produced the show with, they were like, well, we don't cater to prime time, and so they have no choice now, because I'm the only Roblox show on their studio. So they have to cater to prime time, you know? And the whole reason why, we partnered together was so that they could expand their horizons. And so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the opportunity. And oh my gosh, the thing I'm most excited about is finally being able to premiere this show earlier. Because waiting till September, oh my gosh. So that's what I'm most excited about. And I can't wait to see where this journey takes me.
Well, I just want to say I'm very happy that, you're making the switch to prime time. I do have a question for you though. Like, why do you think that they'll cater to prime time? Why do you think they'll they'll have to say yes? Because I feel like that's the vibe I got.
Well, because I'm the only Roblox show that they have. Every other show, I don't know if you know this, but they're actually the studio that produced my podcast, Daily Talk with Stanford King.
Oh,
They produced that. They've got some other shows in the works that they haven't told me about. Um, they've got some YouTube shows that they're doing. I'm the only Roblox exclusive show. So, me giving them an ultimatum saying either you produce me for prime time or I'm gone puts them in a sticky situation because the whole reason why they wanted to produce Roblox shows is so that they could expand their horizons. It and they know that it's going to be a lot less effort for prime time. It literally, Grady, I could walk into the studio and produce a primetime episode by myself, if need
right.
be. It takes a lot less work compared to a live show where I have a team of like 15 people. Um, so it is. That's why they have to cater to it, and look at how quickly they built this studio. When I gave them instructions, because I knew, despite me not telling you, I knew as soon as you got your show, I'm gonna invite him right back to my show again to talk about it. I gave them instructions for this set, specific instructions. I was like, make it prime time like. They did this in 2 days. This set that you see was made in 2 days. If they can make this prime time like set in 2 days, imagine what they'll be able to do with 2 weeks for a main prime time set. It's a lot less effort compared to something where you have to make like my date. Ugh, I don't know if you know, Grady, but I hated with a capital H my daytime studio set. I hated it.
You never told me that.
I absolutely despised it, and I guess I'm saying it now because we're not in daytime anymore. I hated it. It looked so. It wasn't me. They didn't give me the option to really customize my theme too much. This is the first studio that I have that I was solely in control. That studio, if I don't know if you looked at it when you came in, but ugh, I hated it. I despised it. The fall graphics on it, like the unfiltered ugh, I despised it. Like it's just not me. It's so how do I put this without being rude? Cause I know they spent a great deal of time trying to make it like homey and oh my gosh, welcome to fall type of deal, but it's like, ugh, it's not me. Maybe that.
I mean, you kind of threw the without, I think you can throw without being rude out the window since you said hate with a capital H.
I mean, let me just be honest with them. And Mr. Mike Boswell, I love your work. Don't get me wrong. I love it, but I absolutely hated that set. And I just want you to know that. From the bottom of my heart, I hated that set, but I love you. Okay. That's how it works. It felt so like, like they wanted to try and make it like comfortable, like welcome into my home type of deal. And it's like, I'm not welcoming you into my home. This is my studio that I've spent upwards close to a year trying to make happen. This shouldn't be a homey type of welcome to fall type of thing. I'm not that type of. Who do y'all think I am, Mike? Who did you think I was? I'm no. Ugh. I'm sorry, I hated the set. Lovely work though,
You're
but
gonna have a real. I feel like is gonna want to talk to you.
oh my god. See, but look. When I'm mad at them and I let them know that, work gets done because this studio didn't even take a week to do. And look at how amazing this looks. I'm sorry not to toot my own horn, but toot because this looks incredible. And this is the first time, y'all, because I told Grady this since day one. AV Media, when it comes to Roblox, you can tell they're new to the space because the studio is way too damn big. And they were wondering, they're like, well, why is it taking so long to make the main studio? And it's like, cause you gave us all this space to work with. This one has actually been downsized because it was originally way bigger than this, but I was like, we're not doing that. It doesn't need to be that big. So we finally have proper lighting. We have these neon like panels that are customizable all across the studio. Um, it looks amazing, and this is more me. This is more my speed. Something
It looks like it. It looks like something that you feel more interested in.
I feel more at home because I feel like when I was doing the main like the daytime show, it's like I was hosting somebody else's show because I recognized none of that set. You know,
Right.
and now I'm in control because it's my show. No audience, no nobody else, just me. Damn it! So, you know, that's. I'm excited, and we get to share the same space together. That's gonna be so fun, y'all. I'm telling you, I hope he invites me back for a debate. I'm letting you know right now because if I'm on the panel for a debate, it's gonna let's see, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. Now, Grady and I have never debated before because we had no need to. Because most of the stuff we talk about, we tend to agree on. There's only a few things that Grady's like, well, I disagree on that a little bit. But like,
Yeah.
for the most part,
I,
you know,
it's not. Although we don't. The problem is that I don't know why. You and I have like shifted away from like. You and I have shifted from way from like these certain ways, and we have befriended reality so much that we don't really need to argue on a lot of stuff.
I know. So I feel like it's gonna be if I am on the debate panel for that show, I feel like it's gonna be more us debating them than them debating us. Because I mean, we have similar viewpoints. Anyway, I keep on getting off topic. Let's talk about you in primetime. If you don't know, Grady Catalano is the new face of primetime television on RTL. If you haven't seen his trailer, is it a trailer or a promo?
Promos. We haven't filmed anything, so we can't make a trailer.
Okay. Um, so they made a trailer, and I watched it on Twitter. I loved it. Oh my gosh, y'all take a look.
Good evening, Grady. In the evening. It's Gather Round with Grady Catalano, your fresh new primetime TV for RTL. Join us now on Fridays and even Saturdays here on RTL.
Yeah, so that was incredible. You get to see how many shows he's been on. He's been on like 1,000,002 shows. Um,
Those actually were all weren't shows I've been on. Let me decipher actually how many I've actually been on. Let me take a look. So yeah, the first one's Parker Jackson Live. Yes, I have not been on Bloxia's Got Talent. I was on Beat the Champions. I was not on The Masked Singer. I planned on going on Shark Tank, although they didn't do it.
I wonder
I
why.
was
That would have been so
I don't know
fun
why
to
they didn't do Shark
watch.
Tank. I was originally gonna do a game show and pitch that. I have
Really?
RTL's Eurovision
Wait,
Song
wait, wait,
Contest. I was
wait.
hosting that.
Pause.
Um,
Grady,
what?
you were gonna host a game show?
I was. That was my original idea if I went on Shark Tank.
Oh
Because the
my
Shark Tank, what we were gonna do
gosh.
is we were pitching shows to RTL.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even know that, but I was like, it's still gonna be fun to watch.
I was gonna do Match Game. Have you ever watched a Match
I
Game?
have. I love that show.
It's great. Yeah, that's what I was gonna host.
Oh wow.
Looking back though, at the promo I made. I did host RTL's Eurovision Song Contest, although we didn't continue with that. The voice promo, the picture I see there, that's for All Stars. I did not do that. I wasn't picked. Um, then the next one is a poster from the Voice of Seven Network. I was temporarily on that, and then I went into retirement. Live Talk, I never was on Live Talk, and then I did do some stuff for RTL News.
Wow.
So half of the shows I planned on either was on or planned on being on, and the other half I never was picked.
Okay. So that was just like a, you.
That was just showing the history of shows.
Okay. So it's gonna be interesting. Grady, y'all, he's an incredible host. Um, and it's gonna be interesting to see his spin on prime time. I know my spin's gonna be mine is no nonsense, no BS, just straight facts. I don't care who doesn't like it.
Right.
My TV rating is not changing when we switch to prime time. It's still gonna be TVL because there's usually moderately strong language on the program because I'm very unfiltered. Um, and I don't know, like, again, because I said this in rehearsal, I don't know what Grady's program rating is, but it's definitely gonna jump up time I get on it.
I think I'll have to ask Peter to bleep you.
You might have to, cause like,
Because I honestly, when it comes to having a new show, I do think I should reach out to as many people as I can, especially since this is my first show ever. So I think if we were to, bring out to as many audience as possible, I think it'd be good if we did TV PG.
yeah. So I'm just gonna get bleeped, y'all, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be a bleep. Well, not really. I, you know, I'm
7 bleeps.
I'm Christian. I tend to I keep those Christian values, but when it comes to being unfiltered, all that goes out the window. Especially when we're talking about my defamation and how this person's just
Oh
incoherently
dear.
tried to ruin. Yeah, I called it, and we don't get they don't bleep on my show, so I'm gonna call it like it is. I called it jive ass trifling behavior, and again, that's what it was. Again, we're going more in depth into that on Grady's show. I already did a response video. I'm not doing another video on it, so you'll see that there. Um, but honest to God, it is. It's a sight to see, And the reason why I was so surprised and so upset, Grady, when we talked, is because I never thought something like this would happen to me. But of course, as my mother always says, the moment you think it won't happen to you, it does, and that's exactly what happened. So that's
Mm, those are some words of wisdom right
there
there.
they are, right? And I'm gonna keep that in my head now, because I'm listen. I'm too good for y'all to cancel me. Okay, there's really, honestly, there's nobody else in the it as far as Roblox that is, well, never mind. Digital Blocks, his show was unfiltered. Um, I don't know about JC's. I think JC's is for the most part pretty PG. I don't know, like, because I didn't watch most of it, but yeah, my show, no nonsense, no bleeps. We don't need that. That's gonna get me canceled. Oh
I
well.
don't think it'll get canceled. I mean, you technically have gotten canceled, but you've been staying out of the huge tidal wave that you've been dodging that bullet.
Yeah, it is. And shout out to the staff members that did reach out, because I had a whole bunch of staff members reach out and say, "Yeah, you'd never do something like that." Literally, a staff member was on vacation and reached out to me, and he was like, "Well, what happened?" And I sent him like a condensed version of what happened, and he was like, "Yeah, that sucks. I hate it when people make these false claims and try to end people's careers and stuff." And I was like, really? You know, he was on vacation, didn't get the full story, and still knew I'd never do something like that. The directors knew me for 7+ months and didn't even give me the chance a day to explain what happened. But anyway, we'll go more in depth on that later. Let's switch gears here. Back to Grady, because this is his episode. It's not my session. Um, on prime time. Now, I think this is RTL's first personalized primetime show. It's not their first primetime show, but it's the most personalized because well, it has Grady's name. Um, his set is next level, y'all. I won't go back into how the TVs move and the animations and the graphics and the other parts of the studio, but it's incredible.
I'll send you some pictures. You can put them on the screen if you'd like.
And Mike, we can go ahead and throw those up there. But like it's incredible, and you already see it on the big TV next to Grady. Like, look at that set. Like, it's look at that. The touch of orange in the middle is incredible. Like, do y'all put stuff up there?
I don't think we're going to. Um, I'll send you the video so you can put it on. But for the orange in the middle, I think it's gonna stay like that. When it comes to stuff that might go on the screen, we might put it up. Um, we might put that on the big screen. Although I doubt I'm ever gonna be going over there, if that makes sense.
So y'all will probably do what we're doing is like y'all will pan, like the camera will pan to the screen to show like a specific graphic, and then it's back on you.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing
I don't know.
personally.
As far as mine, I don't like when we do special reports. I think I'll be standing, and they like I don't know. We'll see. But like, yeah,
All
it's
right, you should have gotten sent something. So.
okay. But now that y'all seen that, it's a state of the art studio. It's truly incredible. Um, you know, it's y'all just have to see it next Friday. It's well, which you've seen pictures of it, but like seeing it in action is a whole different type of
Yes.
deal. What are you most excited about?
Well, I'll tell you for a fact that I get to maybe absolutely destroy um dumb people that want to come on my show. And to be honest, if you want to come on my show and debate me about something, that's fine. Bring a friend, I'll also bring a friend. But
Yeah,
I'll Stanford, you'll be my first person to call.
I listen.
But what
I'm all ready for it. I listen. We hosts like us, we don't care about the smoke you bring because we'll bring it 10 times harder. I guarantee you.
Yes. So, and it's just honestly, I'm just so excited that I'm addressing to a younger generation the real problems of our society. And honestly, I think it's very important to be known and um not just in America, but there's like some problems internationally. So, honestly, it's just crazy. It's crazy what's been going on lately. For example, the belief that men can dress up as women.
I knew he was gonna get to it eventually.
I know, just the belief that men can dress up as women. Um,
If you haven't seen it, we're talking about the Miss New Zealand or whatever.
oh,
Um,
the Miss Netherlands thing. Yeah, so
yeah,
a transgender
I was way off.
women, biological man won Miss Netherlands 2023. Keyword being Miss,
Take
not Mister.
if you haven't seen it, take a look. This is the person in question. I don't care if this was the excuse me for what I'm about to say, but I don't care if this was the prettiest Miss Man woman known to man, if you know what I mean. It's Miss America for a Miss what not Miss America, Miss New Zealand, right?
No, it's Miss Netherlands.
I'm why where am I getting New Zealand from? See y'all
I don't know.
okay, listen. I want y'all to listen real close to what I'm about to say. This is why we're making the switch to prime time because my brain still is not here and it's 20 minutes to noon for me. Yeah, that's this is why we're switching to prime time. Anyway, um yeah, it's and I still let me be very clear. The graphic on the screen says Grady's the new face of primetime television, and that still stands. He has way more experience than me when it comes to Roblox. I'm just another guy in primetime television. Oh my gosh! So that title remains his because it's like Parker and I when I was in daytime. I called Parker the Oprah Winfrey of daytime TV, and I was just another guy who had a show on daytime. That's kind of what's happening here. So you know. Anyway, back to the Miss. I know I'm gonna say it wrong. Netherlands.
Yes, you got it.
Okay, finally, goodness. Anyway,
How the hell did that ugly face win? I'm just
I don't know, and it's like, could I gotta be careful with my
it just
wording.
it just baffles me how, especially in a pageant meant for women, that a man won.
The way he said "man," y'all, he said that with emphasis, so you could
I
latch
did say that
on,
with emphasis.
latch on
How
to
does this
that.
ugly face win?
I don't know. Like,
Look at that face. I could probably take a look at way more prettier women than that. Listen, no one cares. Did you hear that?
I,
My mom said, "Listen, don't get me started."
my mom would have some strong feelings on it too. If I told her about it, she would be disgusted. I can't even air what she would say. Okay, but honest to God, like, how the hell, like, did y'all? I know what it is. I'm gonna zoom the camera in on me for just a second. I know what it is. Listen, okay, I'm a primetime host now. Okay, I understand what it was. Listen, y'all didn't want to hurt his feelings. I know, I get it. I get it. It couldn't be me really, because I don't care about hurting anybody's feelings. Facts are facts. Um, but
I mean, they didn't want to come off. I'm sure they didn't want to come off as, all the phobics and
yeah,
uh this term that I recently figured out. It's this term. It's apparently this is a insult. Um, apparently it's like turf, like trans eradicated, radical feminist or whatever. I think that's something like that. Let me figure out what the term turf means. Like that's a new thing.
that's new to me. I don't know what. I
Yeah,
know what.
turf is a derogatory term, trans exclusionary radical feminist, and it's a person whose views on gender identity are considered hostile to transgender people, or who opposes social and political policies designed to be inclusive of transgender people.
Listen. Here's the deal. We're not radically uninclusive or whatever the term is. Um, that's not the stance we're taking here. I'll say it like this, and I'm probably not gonna say it again because I've made my point. You want to be gay, be gay. You want to be bi. You want to be trans, be trans. We don't have an issue with that. In fact,
Yes, we don't.
most of the people that are pushing this stance, and even people that are in the community, you know, don't have a problem with that. My issue comes where a biological man that is trans, so he's a woman now, apparently, thinks he has the right to enter into a woman's, emphasis on the woman, competition, wins, and then smiles like he actually did something.
Exactly.
That's
This is
where my
it's
problem is.
I'm saying this for a very long time, Stanford. It's cheating. It is cheating.
Same thing with Leah Thomas.
Oh my God.
You could not compete with the men. So you go into a
Yeah.
space where you know you're going to win. That's what that was. He is a sore loser. That's what that
I also
was.
think it's kind of the same thing with Dylan Mulvaney too, even though it's not like with sports and
Oh,
anything. Dylan was such a boring person when he was gay. Dylan was such a boring person when he was non-binary. Dylan is such a boring person. Dylan was just such a boring person there. And now he's got all this attention because he is now transgender. And that was gonna die off, but then he came out as lesbian, which means he's a biological man attracted to women. So he's straight is pretty much what's going on. He's not a lesbian.
wait
So
a minute.
when it
What the hell did I just? Wait a minute. Okay, let me wrap my head around this. I mean, it is still morning time for me, but still,
right,
let me. Okay, he went from gay to
yes,
non-binary.
Yes.
to I'm a woman,
Yes. And
to
and to add on to his to him being a girl, he is a lesbian. He didn't because he was gay. He stopped being gay. He was non-binary. Stopped being non he was non-binary and then stopped being non-binary so he could be trans. And then he's still trans, but he's adding on the lesbian label.
how the hell does that work?
It doesn't. It's just making up stuff. He's making it up. And this is the thing when it comes to Dylan. And the reason and I'm gonna get these, whole transphobic comments if we ever talk about Dylan Mulvaney on your show, if we ever talk about it on my show, we're probably gonna be talking about it with Dylan Mulvaney,
Cause
especially since
yeah.
Dylan does not feel safe in the US apparently, so he's now in Peru.
Oh well, to each is their own, you know.
Exactly. So and again, I'll tell you why the reason I'm hating it. And here's the thing that that just should offend you to the core if you're a woman. He has this sort of love ya persona.
I'm
And
gonna steal
that's
that.
what that's that's what tricks people into thinking that, oh, he's just trying to spread kindness and everything. No, because some of us really know what's going on. He thinks that being a woman is a costume. He thinks that all it takes to be a girl is to dress up, walk in high heels,
With
wear a
the Prada
dress.
bag.
Yes, fix your face, get all this surgery, which and take estrogen, which by the way,
He's taking
ta-
estrogen.
I mean taking any cross hormones will damage your body. But I don't even know if he's taking estrogen. I'm just saying that he will believe that taking, estrogen will make you a woman. I don't know if he's done it yet, but he still would probably believe it. But when it comes, and he's been chronicalizing his ideas of girlhood. Like it's day it's day 74 of being a girl, and I just want to say that I think this is the hottest I've ever been. Is it the dress?
I
Is
remember
is it the hair?
that.
Is it the hair? And also when it came to like we talked about how hopefully your tweets are forever, and I don't want those to come back and haunt you. He was clearly threatening women. Um, because he was clearly threatening women because biological women will not accept him in a bathroom.
Oh well, neither will
Well,
I.
I wonder why. Is it because you're a boy? Um, is it because of that I can chronicleize? Why don't I start chronicalizing my hate for Dylan Mulvaney? Like it's day 2 of hating Dylan Mulvaney, and I just want to say that this is the stupidest that he's ever been. Is it him going into the bathroom? Is it I don't know. Is it his idea of girlhood? Like, come on.
That there's a point that Candace O has made, and ironically enough, I was watching it this morning, because she was reacting to the why are you gay, thing from Uganda, because they're pushing, uh, um, what is it,
Is it are there isn't there are they having anti-gay bills?
yeah, the
Oh.
locking of homophobes, if you will. Let me be very clear. I, and I'm sure I can speak for Grady as well, we do not support that. The act of locking up people, regardless of the fact of their regardless of their sexual orientation. That is not something that I nor he supports at all. However,
And I don't think it's as and maybe it's because in their society the
right,
transgender ideology and all that stuff isn't as popular as it is here in the US. So I could understand why they're starting from scratch with this anti-gay stuff. But in our society, I would say in our society, in our American society, that I think homosexuality isn't a terrible thing because there's way worse things,
way worse. Yeah,
such as this transgender ideology being pushed onto children and that stuff. And a
yeah,
lot of gay people have come out and said this is wrong. They're not stands for we're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children. They're not like that. So
yeah.
when it comes to homosexuality in our country, I think it can be tolerated better than Uganda. But when it comes to Uganda, they don't have this. I don't think they have this, that their ideologies and like, this stuff being pushed onto children isn't as terrible as it is here when it comes to I think that, they're more they want more cultural appropriation.
Yeah, and it's that's where we are about that. I mean, most people don't. I'll say most people, not all people, don't too much have a problem with people expressing their sexuality. That's not the problem. Candace always made a good point, and I was watching this morning before this show, is that we are heading directly into pedophilia. When you have a man
Right.
that can enter a woman's bathroom, and you see all ages, you know, including children. I'm sorry, does not that not pose a concern? If I was a parent, that would pose a extreme concern to me because
Huge concern.
if my daughter comes home to me and says I there men can come in my bathroom at school, I'd be suing the district and we'd be moving. It should pose a
Exactly.
concern to parents in general. I don't care if they push the ideology. I don't care if they're in support of it. I don't care. It should pose concern because
It
what's
should.
gonna happen? Lord forbid, what's gonna happen if that man does something to that woman or that child? What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Is that man gonna sit up
Exactly.
here and say I can identify as a 15-year-old girl?
Yeah. This is the thing that like annoys me because I don't understand why, transgender people who identify as something they're not can go into the bathroom because that's what they identify as. I think bathrooms are merely based on their biological sex because we're using the bathroom. That's why there's urinals in the men's bathroom because they have penises and they don't need to sit down and pee. When it comes to the girls' bathroom, they sit down. They don't stand up and pee. So and those things are created for bathrooms because of biological sex, and not because of what you identify as. So when it comes to like, it just baffles me on how people can do what they want based on they identify as. Like, come on, Stanford. Like, if I identify as a 4-year-old, then does that mean that that I can play preschool soccer with the other 4-year-olds? It's a literal question I'm asking you. If
Oh,
I identify as a 4-year-old, can I play preschool soccer with the other 4-year-olds?
absolutely not.
But why? I identify as a 4-year-old. I
This
should be able to comply with what I identify
this is
as.
what pisses me off about this is they say they identify as something. They're like, well, since I identify as a toddler, I can be known as a dependent. And of course, this is the way a lot of people get out of paying bills because they identify as something that they're not. And
Yeah.
they get outraged when people are like, well, no, if you're a 55-year-old goddamn man, no, you can't go into a restroom with 13-year-olds, women, children. No, you can't. And so, of course, they get mad at everybody and the media, and they make this whole big thing. That's the thing that ticks me off. Oh, by the way, but before we get back to anything else, I'm excited to announce that our premiere will be July 25th.
Oh boy, that's right in between Seven's events, Eurovision.
That is right around. Oh, wait. Don't we have to go
Yeah.
back to host?
We have to. Okay, so the dates are coming close. That's why I wanted to let you know because we still have a Eurovision Song Contest Stanford and I win, which we know nothing about.
No, we
So
don't
July
at
20,
all.
July 24th, 12 o'clock p.m. We have the first semifinal. The second semifinal is on the 26th at 12 p.m. And then the finals is the 28th. So it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all at noon EST.
Don't you
So
have
it's
to
gonna be
record
11
your?
o'clock in the morning for you.
Oh wait, no, it's already taped. Never mind. Um, dang, that is like right in between.
Right.
Oh gosh, but
So we're gonna
anyway,
be super busy.
yeah, next week is just gonna be quite the week for us, and hopefully I don't mess up on air. I mean, we did good that first episode, so it's like
We did good. I think we need to go in for a rehearsal though.
we definitely do.
Like I know I'm taping tomorrow. I'm busy. I'm gonna be busy on Thursday, so I think I might go ahead and ask for We could do a rehearsal this coming Friday, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be busy. My show doesn't start till next
Okay.
week.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
I can. Oh my gosh! Finally, the show's. We don't have to wait till September. That's gonna be so fun. So that's gonna be fun. Y'all will see more of us because we've got some undisclosed Grady projects we're working on at RTL. Um,
Right.
so that's gonna be fun. But it's a sight to see because um, me entering the primetime space is what I wanted all along. Because I never wanted a daytime show for what. I'm too unfiltered to be daytime anyway. Um, but the switch to primetime was exactly what we needed. And I while I was talking to Grady, I was contacting executives, and they gave me the green light. So we're good to be on primetime again, 8 p.m. EST. Of course, it'll probably be recorded way before then, but that's when you can expect to see it. Um, so that's gonna be fun. I can't wait.
I
Um,
can't wait either. I'm very excited.
Yeah. Yours is next, what, Friday?
So for my show,
Yeah, for the premiere for everybody else that.
no, I we're taping tomorrow and then it's released this coming Friday.
Oh. Okay. I got my dates all the way mixed up. It's been a stressful week, okay.
No, it's okay.
So yeah. Grady's is this Friday, and of course, if you want to be so kind, you can tune into mine. Um, damn it, when the hell? Let me see. Let me look. Yes, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, everybody. Oh my gosh. Oh, Peter followed me on Twitter.
Who followed you?
Peter, your producer.
Oh, that's so cool. All right, nice. Interesting. Very interesting.
So yeah, exciting stuff. Um, anything else you want to talk about your new show?
Well, all I can say is I think it's we're gonna bring some heated topics to the table, and I'm not afraid to express my opinions. And um, in the words of Taylor Swift, are you ready for it? So, I'm ready.
I I'm telling y'all right now, it's gonna be quality entertainment. I'm gonna have my popcorn ready. I want to see you, Grady, get into a debate. I want to see it. I I will be a happy guy if I see
Have
you
you ever
get into
seen
a debate.
have you ever seen like debates on like Vice News?
No, actually, I forgot
Oh my
Vice even
God,
existed.
the one about the feminist one is crazy. It's probably and they it was so bad that they had to turn the comments off.
Wow.
Um, so when it came, so that was probably one of the craziest debates ever. But like some of them, some like were like teachers debate the school system. Um, Asian Americans debate. That was a pretty interesting one. So I thought it was pretty interesting.
Yeah. So I you know I can't wait to see it. I honestly cannot wait to see it. Um, like honestly, that's just something I really want to see. Like I'm not wishing an argument upon your new show, but I mean,
Mhm.
if he gets into a facts base is the key word. Because I'm telling y'all, I don't mind kicking you off my show. I don't mind it. It's gonna bring quite a great bit of joy to me. I don't know how you run it on your show, but I know for mine,
Right?
all the debates and all the conversations that we have are gonna be fact based. They're gonna be logical, and we're not going to be sitting up here, uh, punching jabs at each other. Because if that happens, I'm going to say the sentence that I've been wanting to say to a person since April. Get the hell off my stage. This is my show. If we
Right.
cannot have a conversation where we respect each other's opinions and respect the facts that are presented, get the hell off my stage because there's no reason for you to be here. A little programming note, though. You will see this before you see the main interview that I had with Grady. Our producers have been incredibly set back. His episode was supposed to premiere the day of my defamation response. They canceled that. So I don't know when the hell they're planning to release it. It should be soon. You're gonna see this, but this interview is more fun though, because we get to talk about a fellow host that's getting a show. So you know, bear with us. I've had to tell Grady so many times, "Hey, friends, so your episode isn't premiering this week. Anyway, how's life?" He's been incredibly
Yeah.
understanding because my all of my teams literally had to switch gears when this happened. I was like, "Wait, when are we gonna do Grady stuff?" And Mike was like, "Respect to him and you, but that's not important right now." So,
Right.
you know, it's give us time, okay? Don't even ask me about Parker's episode. I don't know. I don't know. Here's the thing, and hopefully Parker doesn't hear me say this, but oh well. Parker's episode was a great success. That's not what I'm denouncing. It's the fact that Mike lost my audio file, so all you hear is Parker talking. Now, if y'all want that, I'll upload it, but like you're gonna hear a lot of silence in Parker. So now we have to make a decision whether or not we want to reach out to Parker and schedule another interview for my primetime show, or have it where I sit with my program director for like an hour and 30 minutes re-recording all the segments that I talked in. I'm not doing that, okay? I have a show to host next week, people. I have a contest to host Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week. I'm not going to sit at my computer for 2 hours recording segments. I'm not. So what I'll do is probably just reach back out to Parker and say, "Hey, yeah, we're not daytime anymore. We're prime time." Um, and see if he wants to come, because finally now, because usually, Grady, we separated the audio files, and that was our first mistake because the program stuff that we were using to record the audio files, it would always get mixed up, and then sometimes it wouldn't even record right. We got all that under control just in time for our premiere next week. Um, but it was a disaster in the beginning, especially with your episode, because the audio was all over the place. But anyway, we'll we'll
Well,
we'll get that figured out when it comes. So I'll probably have to do some talking to Parker, like, "Hey, Parker, if we're not busy." So, love more work for me. Thanks, guys. But anything else to add? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll do plenty of talking about it. And when we do the taping tomorrow,
right.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna give you your flowers. You know, Grady's one of those people who's like, it's that's the least I could do. He's one of those type of people. I'm gonna give you your props. That's what I did to Parker. That's what I'm gonna do to him. So don't be surprised if I get up out of my chair and go like to your little screen over there, because I'm fascinated. Okay, I'm very fascinated.
Oh, thank you.
But to see how hard he's worked to put this show into action, because I remember us talking about it that day when we were like, "Yeah, we're gonna make RTL active again." Here was the problem though: Grady didn't have a show. I had one. So I had two options. Either I could cancel off this show and then pitch a completely new show to RTL, or they could pick up this show. I didn't even know how my studio felt about any of that. So I was like, "You know what, Grady, you got it. You produce your own show on RTL. I'll just come on it. And so he got the green light, obviously, because he brings in incredible ratings when he's on programs for RTL. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, I already knew you were gonna get the green light. And it's gonna be fun, y'all. I'm gonna be crazy. Grady's gonna have a lot to deal with tomorrow.
I have to call for probably in 2024. I'm gonna call up my graphics designer, and I have my current profile picture.
Mm-hmm.
But I might call him up and be like, "Hey, I would like to redesign. I might redesign
You
a
know
little bit."
what? You might have to, cause you can see like when we were in our I'll call it the Parker Jackson era of our show, everything was orange. everything.
Right.
And so we've rebranded now that we've switched to primetime. If you see the screen behind me, we've rebranded
Right.
completely. And
Yep.
and even my profile pictures changed. The graphic has changed. Actually, I need to call Mike again because he's also my graphics designer and say, hey, yeah, we're switching premiere dates. We need to redo the because I don't know. If you look on my Twitter right now, it says that our premiere. My phone doesn't want to turn on for some reason.
Oh,
This is why you don't spend $1,000 on a phone, kids. Anyway,
I do Amazon.
Amazon. Wait a minute, you got your phone off of Amazon?
It works great. I'm just saying.
Grady, Grady. Oh my gosh,
Wait, I'm not gonna get ripped off at the Apple Store.
I did. I got mine from AT&T.
Ew, I use AT&T.
Oh,
Gross.
you know what? You know what? This is what we're gonna talk about on the opening of your show. Is
All right,
carriers.
which all right, what all right, go ahead. All right, rank all your carriers.
Okay. In last place, we have Cricket Wireless.
I don't use Cricket. Okay, I don't use Cricket.
Okay. Mm, well, sharing last place, Metro by T-Mobile. Not T-Mobile, Metro. It's terrible. I've had it. It sucks.
It actually is bad.
Fourth place, Boost Mobile. I had Boost before. They're
Okay.
pretty reliable. Third place, and I think I'm gonna strike a nerve with this one. Actually, no, I'm not. Google Fi.
Google Fi. Actually, no. No.
Actually, wait. There's other carriers too. I'm just forgetting. No. Mint Mobile. Their service was
Is
actually pretty good. Okay,
they did? Okay.
it was actually pretty good. Second place, I guess, against my own will, Verizon. Ugh,
There we go.
ugh. I cannot
Are
stand
you
Verizon. I
serious?
can't.
Are you ser
Grady's outraged, y'all.
Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm knocking. I'm knocking. I'm sorry. I had to knock over the button, but I knocked over the
Well, they
button.
should have anchored it. I don't know. I think they were trying to
Wait,
put it
sorry. Let
like.
me get in your. I'm trying to get in your face for a second. Are you serious right now?
Listen, okay, let me tell you. I had a family member who had Verizon in like 2013. We're talking like the
Okay.
pinnacle of Verizon. And every time she had this little LG phone, okay? And every time she went to make a call, you could be in an emergency situation, you could be dialing 911. No matter if you had it on silent, it said this out loud before you made the call. Verizon Wireless. Real loud.
Oh yeah, that's because they discontinued. Like, welcome to Verizon Wireless.
It said that
Yes, that's. I
I
know. I
loved
know.
that little phone, and I was the one that broke it, and she wasn't too happy, because that was, my mother loved that phone. But anyway,
Oh,
and she has an iPhone now, so it worked out. But anyway,
okay.
um,
Good choice. Good choice.
yes, good choice. I was so sick and tired of the green bubbles when I text her and my father, like, oh my gosh, y'all just get iPhones already. Now that anyway, um,
Oh, I'm taking apart the studio.
they they should have anchored this. Actually, no, because I think they were planning to expand this part a little bit, so I don't think they anchored anything besides the iPads and the computer.
Oh my God. All right. Well, all I can say is terrible choices. Anyway, I think that's all, right?
But let
At
me tell
45.
y'all, okay, it's been over an hour, and I know I'm bleeding into time here. I don't care. Anyway, before we leave, okay, AT&T's better. Okay, AT&T is just better. Listen, I don't know how they do it now because I don't have Verizon, but AT&T is just way better. I don't know what to tell you, Grady. Like, you just need to get on my level. How you gonna be in prime time and you're not gonna have the best service on your phone?
Listen, I have Verizon 5G unlimited data. I'm fine.
Okay, and I have AT&T 5G ultra wideband unlimited data. What's up then? What's up then?
Well, I have Paramount Plus.
Damn it. I do not. I have Disney Plus. I have Disney Plus,
I
and
have
then
Disney Plus
I
too.
used to play for Netflix, but now I don't because there's nothing on there. I'm sorry, change my mind. I
There
said it,
isn't.
people.
It is. I've been waiting for Cobra Kai season 6, but the Actors Guild is on strike now.
Oh Lord, another actor strike.
Well, originally I thought that the actors were taking home all the moolah. That's why the writer's strike went on guild. The Writers Guild went on strike. And apparently that's not the case, and that the actors are on strike. So I'm thinking it's the CEOs that are taking home all the moolah.
I think so too. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's that's why I don't pay for Netflix because there's nothing on it. Like there's nothing there. Like you'll sit there and you'll spend 30 like let's say I'll do a movie night. I get my iPad out and I'm like, it's a movie night for me. I prop it up on a little stand. I get my popcorn and my Coca Cola, and I'm like, yes, let's do this. I spend more time flipping through the
Yeah.
menu than I do the actual movies. Like, what the hell? It's already 11 o'clock, and I've been scrolling since 9:30. Honest to God, it does take that long because there's nothing to watch. All the good stuff they took off, and they can't compensate for it because everybody's pissed off that there's nothing to watch. Hulu, okay, you're getting your money's worth. Disney Plus, you're definitely getting your money's worth because I will watch Luca on repeat. Anyway, we can talk more about this on Grady's show because I know the first thing I'm gonna talk about tomorrow, and you better be ready for it. You and Peter. AT&T is better. I'm sorry, AT&T is better. Y'all let me know in the comments, but AT&T is better. Okay, I said it. You know, unfiltered, baby. Anyway, thank you for joining us. This has been so fun. This was supposed to be 40 minutes, but now it's been an hour and 7 minutes. Um, and I will see you next Tuesday, right? Yeah. Wait, let me check my phone. Yeah, Tuesday.
Okay.
Next Tuesday, the 25th, for the premiere of my show. And you'll see Grady and I Friday. Have a good one, everybody. Oh, yeah. No, wait. Bring the camera back. Okay. There we go. I got to get used to saying this. Good night.